Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Felicia and I have a lot to talk about today, mainly about character art and my process with it. It has been a really hard journey for me. You're probably going to hear my washer in the background and my wood stove. Sorry about that. My mic is still not charged. That's on me. So let's hop right into it. Lately, I have been trying to do digital art on Procreate, and I am finding it extremely difficult. I thought that because I'm fairly good at hand drawing faces and I kind of know a little bit about body shape and like the line of action and all of that. I know a little bit about it, so when I'm drawing full body figures, I am pretty good about proportion and stuff like that, as you saw from my last painting video. I've honestly been feeling quite discouraged at how terrible my digital art is coming out, and I know you have to practice in order for it to get better, but I've been kind of not in a good headspace with everything that's going on in my personal life, basically with the loss of my mom. I'm a lot better at making more realistic paintings, even on Procreate, with a reference photo, and I'm finding that the character art is a lot more difficult because it's a little more exaggerated. The shadows are different, like you don't really do very much blending. It's more like using like masking and alpha lock and stuff like that, which I've been reading Beginner's Guide to Digital Painting and Procreate Characters, and I cannot pronounce the names of the authors, so here they are if you can read them. And it's been very, very helpful in the aspect of learning like how to use Procreate. I'm only like 60 pages into it at this moment. Still quite a learning curve with Procreate for me, even though I do have this book. For some reason, I'm following the instructions, but my Procreate isn't doing what the book is saying it's supposed to. So I don't know if I'm like missing a step or if I'm just not doing it right. So I have to do like a lot of erasing and undoing and stuff like that, and it just gets really frustrating and it makes me very discouraged. Also, like I feel like the body proportions that I do in Procreate is not how it is when I actually physically like draw on paper. Having a hard time brainstorming and creating creatures that aren't humanoid necessarily. Like they're humanoid, like mammals and stuff like that, but like they have different features and stuff. It's crazy that I'm having a hard time brainstorming because I'm also a writer, so like I have had writer's block for the last almost year. It's been terrible. Also reading another book that has a section about brainstorming, and I will have to put it in this video somewhere because I have a digital copy and not a physical copy, but I'm only a couple pages in, so I'm just hoping that it helps me with the creativity portion of it. It kind of gets into like building a portfolio and how the digital art and illustration world works, like career wise, which I plan to be a freelancer. I don't really plan to work for a company. As you seen in my last video, if you hop back to my first video, is one of the things I really want to learn how to do is character art for like novels and book covers and all of that good stuff. And it's just so hard. I'm gonna have to take like a digital like illustration class in school. I know that they have one. So when my electives come around, I'll have to try to do that. I know I really want to create creatures that are unique and that have never really, like, I don't think there's anything that's necessarily original, but I want it to be as original to me as possible. I feel like I want to add like a little bit of realism to my character art because that's just what my art style is starting to lean towards. And I think that that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of people who do fan art that are fairly realistic. I think the biggest, like, almost scariest thing about doing realistic fan art and character art is that people tend to accuse you of doing AI, and then you have to like show your line work and like the process that you went through to prove to everybody that it's not AI. And I think that that's a very scary thing for me. Like there's always like a deadness to like the expressions in the eyes, and like the hands are messed up, or there's like little things that you can kind of tell that make it AI. No, that's besides the point. I just saw a TikTok of this poor artist who worked really, really hard and had to prove that her work wasn't AI by showing her line work and stuff like that. And that must be really like discouraging as an artist, for somebody to compare your art to AI, because I'm sorry, but AI work is just not as good as real artwork. And for like a side like thing, I want to do art lessons for like kids and teenagers and stuff like that. And then when I'm like old and I have the money to do it, I really want to get like a factory, like an old factory or like a big space, and make kind of like, you know how they have like consignment shops and they have their own booths? I want to make it so that artists can make like rent their own booths from me, and they could come and do their art and then display it, and we could hold like galleries and stuff like that for people to come and look at their art and buy their art. I think that that would be very fun. A lot of people said that they've never heard of that being a thing, but I can guarantee you it probably is somewhere. I plan to do it in a very artsy community, not far from me. It's like 45 minutes to an hour from me, and there's a pretty large college, university that has like art programs and stuff like that. This is way down the road. I still want to do the character art. I still want to do the art lessons. And then this is like a dream that's like way down the road for me. I'm super excited. I just can't wait for spring. I know I've mentioned it before, but I can't wait for spring because I'm going to do a video on gutting out the shed and turning it into a art studio. And I just want to film the entire process because it's going to be a process. And I figured that would be a fun time-lapse video for you guys to see. But yeah, we gotta wait till spring because it's all snowy outside, and we gotta build another shed to put all the junk that's in that shed into the other shed. And yeah, so I am starting to get off track, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. if you guys could give me some advice on what you guys want to see from this channel, that would be amazing. I'm going to continue doing art hauls. I'm probably going to have one soon when I go back to college. Kind of like a art supply syllabus-y thing, like requirements. And I am going to keep doing some time lapses for you guys. And let me know if you guys like these chatty videos to, you know, kind of sit down and talk about where I'm at and stuff like that. Because I enjoy chatting with you guys and keeping you guys updated. I hope you guys have a lovely day, evening, morning, whatever it is where you're at. And I will see you soon. Bye.